So day 2 of moving to Japan for work, when I already make a mistake that I very much regret. But anyway, the day started off great. I woke up energetic at 4 in the morning because that's 11 in the morning in California town, and immediately began the mission of unpacking everything I own into this tiny room. I took a couple breaks to go buy coffee from the vending machines on my new street, and basically finished organizing my new apartment just as the sun was beginning to rise. And I knew that I had a busy day ahead of me, so I went to quickly find some breakfast, settling on this bag of tangerines for like $2.50. I already felt pretty comfortable having breakfast in my new place. I got pretty accustomed to smaller spaces when I came to Japan the first time as a student, so I took a shower in my tiny shower, and before I left for my work meeting, I went up to my apartment's rooftop to look at the view. This is something I always like to do when I move, and I feel like it somehow kinda grounds me and helps me feel settled in. So I left for my meeting and passed a Hedgehog Cafe before I arrived at my friend's pizza parlor, where we'd be holding our meeting. I work as a camera operator and video editor, so here me and my friends and colleagues had a meeting about what local media teams I would be joining, as well as my work visa and transportation logistics for upcoming video projects, and drone piloting permits and stuff like that. Our friend's fresh made pizza is also wild delicious, so side note, but definitely check out That's Pizza if you're ever in Namba, Osaka. Anyway, meeting adjourned, and I had my first job the next day, so I started to walk home so I could prep my camera equipment. And here's where my mistake begins, actually with something very fortunate and exciting happening. I got a message from my old friend Shiori, who I went to school with in Kyoto. I hadn't seen her since shortly after we graduated, and she went off to become a high school teacher. But she had heard that I just arrived back in Osaka, and she happened to be visiting Osaka herself for some kind of work trip, so she asked if I wanted to meet up and have a reunion, which I happily agreed to. So then anyway, I was wild excited, so I quickly headed home, after stopping for some quick takoyaki because it smelled so good from the street. I planned to do some quick editing work and then get ready to head out. Shiori was visiting Osaka from work from Tokyo, so she said she'd call me as soon as her education conference finished. I told her that I was still kind of tired from my trip, so I might take a nap, but I'd leave my apartment door unlocked so she could just come in if she wanted. And you might already be able to guess what I regret. I passed out because of jet lag and slept through her phone calls, and even slept through her coming over to my place. I woke up at midnight to the food that she brought me on the table, and an awful picture of me sleeping that she sent me. A good friend that I hadn't seen for years, and I couldn't even wake up. Anyway, we called, I apologized, and we actually talked and caught up for a bit, but she had already gotten a hotel across town. I felt better after the call, but still a bit sad and lonely, so I called some friends to see what they were up to, and they were at a nearby lounge called Tokibook, so I went to go say hi. Anyway, I learned to not underestimate jet lag or travel fatigue, especially if I'm making plans that are important to me. It can happen easily when I'm traveling and get excited and try to overplan stuff, so I'll learn from this and next time prioritize taking a nap. Hopefully I'll meet Shiori next time. Anyway, then I went home, prepped for work, and slept really well. So day 3 of moving to Japan for work.